In Texas, the inspection and filling of propane cylinders are governed by the Railroad Commission's LP gas safety rules and U.S. Department of Transportation regulations. Texas law requires propane cylinders to be inspected before they are filled to determine whether they are safe for continued service. Inspection requirements apply to all DOT cylinders, alloy steel cylinders, and aluminum cylinders used in liquid or vapor service, and composite cylinders approved for LP gas service in Texas. Inspections must be performed by a Railroad Commission certified technician using proper safety procedures and personal protective equipment. The metal wall of a new grill cylinder is about the same thickness as a U.S. nickel coin. If the wall thickness of any size cylinder is reduced, or if the wall is damaged, the cylinder may not be safe for continued LP gas service. The first step in inspecting a cylinder is to verify that the cylinder is in date. Start by finding the date of manufacture or the requalification date stamped on the cylinder collar. On some cylinders, these markings are stamped on the inside of the collar, and on some 100-pound cylinders, the date of manufacture is stamped on the head below the collar boss. A steel or aluminum cylinder is in date for 12 years after the date of manufacture, or within 5 years of the requalification date. A composite cylinder is in date for 5 years after the date of manufacture, or the date of requalification testing. If the cylinder is past its original in-date period, look for a requalification date stamped on the collar, or in some cases on a durable pressure adhesive label. A cylinder is in date for 5 years after a requalification date that is followed by the letter E, for 7 years after a date followed by the letter S, and for 12 years after a requalification date that has no letter added after the month and year. Any out-of-date cylinder must be requalified before it is filled. A requalifier's identification number, RIN, issued by the U.S. Department of Transportation, is required for any entity requalifying cylinders. The next step in inspection is to verify that the pressure relief valve is not damaged, corroded, or blocked by foreign material. Special rules apply to the pressure relief valves on forklift cylinders. A new or unused pressure relief valve must be installed within 12 years of the cylinder's date of manufacture and every 10 years thereafter. The pressure relief valve on a forklift cylinder must have a 45-degree adapter unless the manufacturer installed the opening at 45 degrees. A weather cap is required on forklift cylinders with or without an adapter. If the cylinder is in date and the relief valve is free of damage, corrosion, or blockage, continue the inspection. Remove any sleeves or wrapping. A cylinder cannot be inspected properly if sleeves or wrappings are installed. Inspect the cylinder for leaks, internal or external corrosion, denting, bulging, fire damage, or evidence of rough usage to the extent that the cylinder is likely to be weakened appreciably. DOT 4E specification, aluminum or composite cylinders that show any fire damage must be permanently removed from LP gas service. Inspect every part of the cylinder. Look for plastic automotive body filler material, cold weld compounds, unauthorized welds, and other such alterations. When checking heavy corrosion or pitting, be extremely careful not to jab, punch, or take any other action that may penetrate the cylinder and cause a leak or hazard. Inspect the cylinder's collar and foot ring for evidence of damage. Pay special attention to the entire area inside the foot ring. Ensure that the area inside the foot ring is free of dirt, mud, or foreign material. Ensure that propane cylinders between 4.2 pounds and 40 pounds LP gas capacity in vapor service are equipped with an appropriate overfill prevention device, OPD. Finally, inspect the cylinder for proper labeling. Replace any obliterated, unreadable, or damaged labels. DOT regulations require that cylinders used to transport LP gas have a DOT shipping label. NFPA 58 requires consumer labels. Cylinders used by a business, such as a roofing contractor, must have an OSHA hazard communication label in place of the consumer label. A 3-in-1 label may be used instead of 3 separate labels. These 6 steps complete the inspection. If a cylinder fails any part of the inspection, do not fill it until the cylinder or its valves have been properly repaired or replaced. Never attempt to inspect or fill a cylinder if you have not been properly trained to do so. Follow any and all company procedures relating to performing LP gas activities, and contact your supervisor immediately about any safety concerns or questions.